Daniel 7 verse 25. In the last days, Satan will try to wear out the saints of the Most High. The story that follows is for entertainment purposes only. How the kingdom of darkness targets the saints. The devil's secret weapons include EMF devices, infraguard, fusion centers, and Freemason lodges. All tools used to deploy gang stalkers, aka community mobs, and recruit family members as handlers to erase truth seekers. Street performers who never made it to Hollywood only prove what we're all part of, a Truman Show. Ephesians 6 verse 11 encourages us to put on the full armor of Yahuah, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. A hypothetical story of gang-stalking. In a world filled with secrets darker than your favorite Netflix thriller, there are those who walk the path of truth. They call themselves believers in Yahuah, a name full of power and conviction. But as Esther soon found out, her unwavering faith wasn't as safe as she thought. No, it attracted the attention of some very odd characters. Picture the secret societies. Yes, the ones with the oaths and the secret handshakes, watching from the shadows. How they hack your network. Esther had always felt safe in her quiet little town. That was, until she started speaking about Yahuah more openly. You know the way some people can't stop talking about their new diet or that one YouTuber they just found? Well, Esther was out there sharing her faith with anyone who would listen. At first, it was all subtle. Strange cars seemed to trail her wherever she went, while unfamiliar faces, NPCs devoid of any warmth, glared at her with cold, soulless eyes. They infiltrated her workplace with covert non-touch harassment, sneaky and subliminal tactics, all just to sabotage her finances and block her opportunities. Soon, it became obvious she was being targeted. What Esther didn't realize was that the watchful eyes weren't just random strangers. No, they were part of a larger, more sinister network. A network that had infiltrated her life, her family, and her community. Little did she know, the people closest to her had been turned into handlers, tools in a grand scheme she wasn't even aware of yet. Initiating your family as handlers. It started with her family. Her mom, who was supposed to be her safe place, suddenly became more distant, giving Esther awkward, wish-you-would-be silent looks when she mentioned her beliefs. Her siblings, who were once inspired by her, now seemed to share the common goal of isolating her. Esther couldn't put her finger on it at first, but then it hit her. They were initiated, subtly, carefully, and with the intention of steering her away from her faith. Her family and friends weren't completely evil, they were just infiltrated. Every, "Are you okay?" felt like a soft chain. Every, "I love you," felt like a manipulative tactic to make her doubt herself. But it wasn't just her family. It was a whole secret society network. The whole town had become part of the plan. A web of gang stalking and community mobbing. It was like the whole place had conspired against her. Isolation tactics to dim your light. At first, it was small things. Acquaintances who used to smile at her in familiar places now avoided eye contact, like they were reading off the same script. The whole town was suddenly unwelcoming. A slow, coordinated campaign to make her feel like an isolated human on Earth. Esther could feel the pressure that IT wasn't just paranoia. It was as real as how Yahuah felt after Judas betrayed him. Then, one afternoon, Esther overheard a subliminal cryptic message from her family. Kanye West is a crazy guy. He spoke a lot of crazy things, so he deserves to be canceled. Suffice it to say, Esther's stomach dropped to her knees. She'd been reaching out to her family, trying to explain what was happening to her. But now it was clear, her family's message wasn't from them. It was from the covert agency. The ones who had quietly slipped into her life, making her family and friends into agents of the Masonic mind conditioning experiment. Your faith is stronger than their fear. But Esther didn't give up. She knew her faith was stronger than the manipulation. And she turned to scripture to find peace and strength in the middle of her isolation. She recalled this verse, 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Even though the world seemed to close in on her, Esther held on to the truth that she was not alone. The Father and his holy angels goes before her to fight her battles. She wasn't the fearful kind. She was targeted because of the power she held within. Her faith in Yahuah was enough to carry her through. Color-coded mind programming tactics. As days passed, the weirdness started to escalate. Esther began noticing patterns that IT wasn't just the awkward glances or the whispers in the streets. No, now the town was coordinating outfits. Basically, the whole town had been issued a matching, "We're all in on this" uniform. Was this some kind of weird, silent signal? An army of red and black plaid wearers, all conspiring against her. Everywhere she went, there they were. Plaid shirts wearing man, woman, and child. It was like a weird color-coded cult had taken over her life. Esther started to notice other mind conditioning colors like orange and pink that activates our lower chakras. These soulless entities wearing any pink accessories they could find would try to get your attention on cue while checking their app for the next instructions. This was all designed to make her question her sanity before her faith awakens the rest of the sheeps. But Esther wasn't going to give in to doubt. She remembered another verse, Isaiah 54 verse 17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Elohim, and their righteousness is from me, says Yahuah. Esther knew that no matter how many pink shirts or strange looks they threw at her, she was covered in Yahush's righteousness. No weapon, no strange plan, no coordinated attack could break her. And then came the final blow. The whole town, it seemed, had become part of a silent conspiracy. Esther could hear the whispers. She's too different. She's not like us. We don't believe in her sky god. People who once greeted her now just passed by, eyes down, as if they didn't even see her. The community mobbing was getting worse. But there was one thing the puppet masters didn't realize. Esther wasn't backing down. She clung to this powerful truth from Romans 8, verse 37. Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors through Yahuah who loved us. Esther knew she was more than a conqueror. The truth was hers, and no amount of mind programming could stop her purpose. For if Yahuah is for us, who can be against us?